now and again, movies based on things from my childhood will come about and make my inner child cry. For example, Transformers. However, they can always find more to take off apparently because I just heard an Alvin and the Chipmunks sequel is in the works, which is what caused me to go back and look at the first one. When I first saw the new digital versions of Alvin and his brothers, it ruined my childhood so much that it made me want to crawl right back up into my mother's uterus. However, I decided, you know what, maybe someone who's spearheading the movie would be a fan of the original and actually keep it right and in control and not let it veer off into something that doesn't resemble the cartoon at all. For example, Transformers. Of course, after I started seeing the commercials where they weren't even the same size they had originally been, I started to fear for the worst. Not only was Alvin good because they were the same height as real children, but the one thing that made them perfect was they had their own songs. Well, this time around, we get to listen to Alvin and the Chipmunks sing Justin Timberlake in a high-pitched, annoying, whiny tone. So basically, we get to listen to Justin Timberlake. The other thing I noticed is that it went the same way a lot of other things do when translated to a new form of media, and they completely blew off the past 50 years of Alvin by starting the movie when Dave found them. So I guess the last 50 years of Alvin were all just a dream, which would make this movie the nightmare. The other thing that made Alvin great was the fact that it featured the Chipettes, who in my opinion are the best female addition to anything ever. Of course, the Chipettes are totally cut from this version. You can't just cut characters from something. For example, Soundwave from Transformers. It also made the great casting choice of putting Jason Lee as David, because you all remember Dave is a sort of backwards hick. He went from being the father on Leave It to Beaver to being Cletus on The Simpsons. Now, I'm not just saying Lee was bad, not that I ever admit he was good. I just think they went with the star they knew people would see to rake in dough. Basically, they butchered another part of my childhood for money. The older I grow, the more I see things I love turned into profit than just a product. Kind of like Transformers. And now with the idea of a sequel to this wrecked childhood masterpiece, am I even in the least bit excited? Why would you make a sequel to a movie that was shitty? Did they expect it to get better as it goes? Sequels to shitty movies is like the shitty movie in the first place. Why even make it? It's like having 4 scary movies. Even though the first one was decent enough, they decided, hey, maybe the more we make, the better it'll get. Sequels are terrifying enough without having to follow up a piece of garbage that made me want to kill myself. And now I hear the Transformers sequel's coming soon, and that's just prime.